Well, greetings, blade lovers, and welcome back to this old sword blade reviews. And we have today an auto magic knife. Automatic, but it's magic. Why is it magic? Oh, I don't know. You push a button and it opens. Something like that, I'm told. What do we have? None other than the Kershaw Launch 15. The Launch 15 is a lightweight, aluminum handled, out the side auto with an interesting inset inlay of what appears to be a canvas micarta, kind of a natural beige green canvas micarta. And some people have told me on from my Instagram posting on this that maybe they'd love it, but except for that color. So I think it's possible, if you are talented enough to disassemble an automatic knife and be careful with the springs and whatnot, that this is glued in, I'm pretty sure, but you might be able to take the whole handle and dye it like black or whatever, and then the anodizing on the aluminum wouldn't pick up the color. All right, yada, 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 right? There's your button, dead center, and below the surface, actually like ever so slightly above the surface. Ready? 2, 3, 4, bang. Sorry, Jared, I said bang, didn't I? All right, well, I got to come up with another term, like clank. So there you've got a black stone-washed Magnacut blade. Yes, Magnacut. And no, I am not seeing where they're listing the HRC. I know that's always the big question these days with both Magnacut as well as with M390. But here we have a somewhat lightly billboarded blade. We've got the USA flag, so we know it's made in the USA by Kershaw. Very nice. And it's got the little clock on there. I think what that means is that it's an internal design. It is not a collaboration with anybody else. Very lightweight. We're going to check the dimensions and specs on it in a moment. An interesting spear point, I would call it a spear point blade with a false edge, a swedge at the top. Pretty wide thickness on that. And some very useful for an auto jimping. And this is a slightly larger knife than some of the ones they've turned out in the past. We'll get that measurement for you in a moment as well. Again, black aluminum, transferable clip, deep carry, button head screws. Oh, come on, Kershaw. Why don't we have flat-headed screws? You know, they don't need to set the clip into the handle below the surface, but it would be nice if they could spring, get it, auto knife, spring for some flat-headed screws. How difficult is that? I mean, I know you could supply your own provided you get the right thread and so forth, but that would just make it so much easier in and out of the pocket. Not that this hangs up that much. It's fairly smooth there. All right, well, it's a good handful of a knife. I got about an inch left over. I can lay my thumb flat on the back of the blade. There is no lock rock 0, and there is just the tiniest little bit, if I'm really flexing it, of side-to-side play, but I wouldn't call that significant at all. And looks like you can tune that up a little bit. Crank down too hard, and it's not going to open very well, though. Let's check that opening again. Pretty snappy. Not Protec snappy, but certainly not a slacker either. I did say we get some measurements, so let's cover that. So we've got 8.5 inches overall length. We've got right to that point of the handle, I'd say 3.5. Got a cutting edge of 3.6, maybe 3.65. Oh, I don't know. And we got a blade thickness, handle thickness in inches of under 1/2 inch, 0.49. Very cool. Got a fairly thin blade, 0.11. And let's make sure we got the whole thing. 2.8 millimeters blade stock. And here is the all-important weight with this one, because it's a beautifully light knife. There we go. 3.05 ounces. Going to call that 3 ounces all day long. Very nice. 3-ounce knife with a 3.5 inch blade. Bingo! We beat the ounce per inch rule. Very nice. So it could be a 3-inch blade and be an ounce per inch. That aluminum handle makes it very light. I'm not sure if there's any weight relieving on the inside. I don't know there would need to be. No, it's just flat aluminum on the inside. And the backspacer even is that same micarta. And we've got, for whatever reason, this jimping on the pommel. I guess could be kind of a persuader, you know, back of the hand and whatnot. But yeah, beautifully light and functional knife. I still need 2 hands to close it, especially in front of the camera. But there we go, fire that again. Interesting kind of a stiletto sort of profile on it, I would say. Not your traditional Italian type stiletto, you know, with the hooked guards and all of that. But these nice nubby little guards that do keep you from sliding forward. Plus you got the jimping. Very nice. How about a compare with the Launch 13? Also a snappy and lightweight knife. Now you might ask, how does it compare with the weight of the Launch 13? That's even lighter, 2.47 ounces. So this one's still winning it as far as a full-size knife goes, although it is a slightly smaller overall knife. Let's see. Yeah, we got about maybe 1/2 to 3/4 of an inch longer overall. And about the same length blade, about a 3.5 inch blade. So we're stuffing a little more blade into this handle. And just for compare, here is the Mediator by Benchmade. Also kind of fitting into this size category, although actually slightly smaller. Give you a little close up there. Mediator S90V. Very nice. With this one's with the serrations. I like those on a working knife, you know, because cutting strapping and some other tough material, marine rope, these just really rip right through it. So I think the reason people don't like the serrations sometimes is that the way Benchmade and other companies do them is to cut them in, so you sort of see the blade edge kind of descend in there where the jimping, where the serrations are. So that has also an interesting blade profile with the clip point on what would otherwise be a spear point. That's the Mediator. Now, the Mediator has a double lock. The Launch series do not have double locks. We've got the button standing more proud of the handle on the Launch 13. And a very interesting kind of faceted blade. Nice, comfortable dish for your thumb there. Kind of a swale, thumb ramp, jimped. Both of these knives are very nice. And, you know, this one coming in at, I'll leave you the link. This actually came from White Mountain. For those that don't know, White Mountain does have an automatic catalog. And you do have to bring that up separately, but the link is in their menu at the top where it just says auto or autos or what have you. And they've pretty fair selection. Not everything always in stock, but this one just came in stock. There was one copy. Going to leave you the link anyway in the event that they restock on the Launch 15s. Here is the Rat 1 for comparison. And it's not all that much larger, maybe ½ inch at the most. And then we've got the grip Chilean as usual. And that's coming in a little shorter. So we got a good full-size knife here in an automatic with the Launch 15. What else can we tell you? Here's your Magnacut. And again, I haven't seen in any of the literature what the hardness is on the Magnacut. That's becoming the big elephant in the room recently because manufacturers are giving you a premium steel and they're not bringing it up to full potential. And I think that goes for S90V, it goes for M390, and it goes for Magnacut. All of which seem to do better and are capable of plus 60 Rockwell hardnesses, maybe up to 62, 63 even. And that's going to give you an edge that holds a little bit better and stands up until you need to sharpen it again a bit longer. However, that's my offering for today. And I will try to leave you multiple links as to where you can buy this. I believe Blade HQ is going to have them, although when I last looked, they were still not in stock on them. I think Knife Center may have them. So if I can find those links, I will offer them up on this video. I haven't yet posted this, but it should be going up very soon. Don't forget to give this video a like if you would, and subscribe if you haven't already. I'd be happy to see you again for other reviews. Take care.